Good afternoon, everybody. Spencer Duby here in the studio. I got Rick LaBonte and John Kersey. That is Rick's bass player. That man that stands there looking so cool, playing that nice wood finish bass. I love it. Rick's all over the place. Rick will be playing harmonica somewhere. He'll be on tables singing. If you've seen a Rick LaBonte show, you know exactly what I'm talking about. He pulls out that acoustic guitar too. He's sometimes that third or fourth guy. You guys had a fourth member on Saturday when I seen you there. Fellas, welcome to the show. It's great to have you back, Rick. John, it's finally great to meet you. Only ever just kind of talked about music very briefly during the show. It's nice to meet you guys. The whole band, I want to shout them out. Who's everybody in your band, Rick?
Okay, so good to see you, my friend.
Yes.
Always a great supporter of live music, and it's always nice to have you up in the audience. And I will always pull you up to sing a few courses or whatever. So in my band, Rick LaBonte and the Band of Brothers, we have Tim King on the guitar. We have Derek Brown on the guitar. John Kersey on the bass, Paul Richard from Amherstburg on drums. And then also we had a friend when you saw an old pal of mine from the Band of Brothers of way back, Al Kenny on the guitar. He was back in the Formula days, so he knew my material, so he played for an hour. So yeah, we are good friends. We're a bunch of buddies. We hang out on and off the stage, and we decided we're going to record an album together. So we've done that. Nice. We have Born Ready, and we have the song THC, and then we got a couple more that we just laid down. John finished.
Always something.
Yeah, well, we got something going.
Always.
And every song is different from another. Yeah. And so that's our angle. We like to have a challenge and try to write something out. So that's what we do.
This new song, THC. Rick, when you told me and sent me it that you got a new song out, moment I listened to it, this has been my favorite song of yours. Congratulations on the success. I see today there's reviews out for the video. People like it. You know, people are making videos on YouTube reviewing it. They've done that for albums of yours, which awesome. Everybody always loves it. So congratulations on the success. This song's great. I'm actually going to start with John for this one because, like you mentioned, Rick's always coming up with new songs. You guys in the band are laying down tracks all the time.
All the time.
How easy is it to work with this guy, and what was the process like coming up with the bass lines and grooves for this song?
I was just trying to fit into what Rick was doing on like a scratch guitar maybe, or a scratch vocals. And was it the drum machine? Or not? No, it was drum machine. It was a click track and the tambourine.
Yeah.
And I had to build from that. So, and Rick's arrangement of the song, So it all worked out good.
Yeah.
We don't always do everything conventional, but it worked out good. It worked out good.
Nice. No, that's great.
We always
to hear.
have a good time. We always have a good time, and it's always easy.
No, you guys seem like it, and the name's very fitting. The Band of Brothers. I love it. You guys.
We all are brothers.
Exactly.
We travel together.
Yeah.
And his van broke down one time. And nobody got upset. Everybody was fine.
Yeah, we just kind of like, we kind of have just a support group.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
They want me to do well, and then because they're doing well, I'm rewarding them as well, giving them opportunity to play. And I decided they learned so much of my old songs from my first and second album. And John did play on that album, Colorblind. He played on that song, and then he played all the bass on the blues side, because that was our thing. We were in the band blues side since 2014, I think. I mean, farther than that.
Yes, yeah.
So we have over 10 years. Yeah, 2014 at least for sure. The blues side, he was on the part of it, but we knew each other for a long time.
Yeah.
And so when it came to this song in particular, a lot of times you would flesh out your ideas, but I did, like he said, play to a click track, and we're doing everything unorthodox, because even our last song, Showdown, that I just recorded, you usually get the drums, then you add the bass, then you add the guitar, and then we build it up. It's going backwards, where you had the guitar and everything, bass last, and then the drums next. That's unusual, but because of the click track, you're all in time, and also it would be for availability. I was really, brewing with an idea at the Highland Studio in LaSalle, a guy who I work really well named Luke Michaud, and him and I worked so well together. And I just get impatient. I want to get fun. I started off with the lead vocal, and before you know it, I'm doing all the backup. Oh, I know, I can hear it. And it's like a playground when you're in that studio. You start to think of where that song can go. And so it's interesting when you're writing songs and recording with them a band. These guys will faithfully come on a Wednesday rehearsal, present a song, and it pauses there for that next week. That's what they remember. But this guy is still thinking about the song the very next day. It's fermenting. So they come back and go, where's this come from? I got a bridge written by now. I got choruses. I got lyrics now. And that's the thing is, I don't stop, but they didn't trust me that the end game is going to turn out pretty decent. And
It always does.
That's what's great about this band is that they're so versatile, and I can throw them pretty much any genre of rock, of any style. We are such good musical listeners that we play so well, they kind of know where I'm going anyway. Mm-hmm. Though I allow them to have the freedom to put their own DNA. There's John Kersey personality down there, but he allowed me to do the arrangement the way I came up with it and the tempo. But after that, it's on them. They know how to fit. And to be honest, I kind of write songs with the people in mind too. I know their ability. I know what we do. We play so many weekends, so many gigs together that, I mean, him and I alone got over 500 shows under our belt for all the 10 years we've been playing together. So I know what he can do to a song. But as far as the THC, one of my favorite things about that song, besides Derek Sherinian, he played keyboard, and he also played the
Thurman,
yes, and that's pretty cool to have that in your song. I mean, our guitar player has one of those.
Yeah, he does.
So it's not like we couldn't add it to a song.
We could do it.
Tim King does have that. But the fact that that this guy threw everything, including the kitchen sink at it. You know what I mean? Like, the guy didn't leave rock unturned. And he's the one that actually suggested the first time I had somebody ask me to arrange it in such a way. So he gets credit as a producer because him and I both arrange it in the song, even though you haven't heard the lyrics, the chorus, the subject matter, or nothing like that. He just knew this is the way I would put that music together. Because at that time, Derek had Born Ready, had this other song that's in the can right now that should be out in July or so called Hang On. And he was like asking me, you got more material? And I'm like, honestly, I'm just got a stretch of an idea, and it's like maybe 6-7 minutes knowing that I have to edit it. It's just like you're just jamming and you're capturing an idea on tape. And I said, well, this is what I got, because he was really pushing me. Give me what show me, let me show you what I can do as a producer. And sure enough, he suggested a certain arrangement. I said, you know what, I'm not going to turn them down.
No.
Why not? I played it for the boys. They said, it's great. It has everything in it. So I said, I should give you a songwriting credit, right? You go, nope, because if I wanted you to say that you needed this in it, I would ask you to write it. I'm just using your piece. I'm just saying you should do it like this if I were you. But you have to, at the end of the day, it's your idea. Well, he hasn't heard what my band did. And when he did, he said, holy crap, you really took it another level, because the lead guitar, the backup vocal, he had no idea. He was just listening to it as a instrumental, and he was impressed. So it really became its own when I had the harmonies like you like.
Yeah, I love it. And I'm excited to play this. We're going to play this in just a moment. I got to mention Derek Sherinian. If you don't know who he is, folks, Dream Theater, sure you heard of that. Great. What would you consider them guys? Like prog metal almost?
Yeah,
like
progressive metal, yeah.
They're so good. He also toured and recorded with Alice Cooper, Billy Idol, and Joe Bonamassa. He's also released 9 solo albums that have featured musicians such as Slash, I'm sure you know that name, Yngwie Malmsteen, Steve Vai, and Steve Lukather. And Rick happens to know him very well, and this isn't the first time that they've collabed. Without further ado, my pleasure and my honor to play THC Rick LaBonte here on the Berg. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that song, because I certainly did. That's Rick LaBonte with THC here on the Berg. My favorite song of yours, Rick. It really, really is. I hope everybody out there enjoyed the harmonies as much as I did, the guitar playing, the keyboards, everything. It's a great song. Listen to John's bass lines on it too. Everybody, it's awesome. It's a success to me, and reviews are saying so as well. Speaking of more success, Rick, you and John inducted into the Windsor Musicians Hall of Fame back in 2017. First of all, I did not know this. Congratulations to you both.
Thank you.
What an honor. What was that day like for both of you?
Awesome. Totally
It was
awesome.
great. We had our family members
Family members were there, yes.
And we were already been working together for a few years, but see, he has a whole resume of his own prior to that I did. And how you get inducted in the Music Hall of Fame, especially in Windsor, is not only your mark musically, you have to, make a mark, obviously, but at the same time, what you did to give to the community and all the charitable work and all the things that we done. So it wasn't just take. We give as well. And so somebody was, obviously thought we were a good candidate. Somebody wrote a glowing, review about my work and got me on there, and I know someone done the same thing for John, but it was nice that we both shared that day together.
Yes, yeah.
And that was the beginning of a long-term friendship, because we not only just play in a band together, but we also see all the concerts, a lot of concerts. We see the blues artists, the rock artists, the metal artists, the prog groups. You mentioned Dream Theater. You mentioned all those bands that Derek played in. We've seen them live together. So it's kind of cool having this history. Two different people, yet very common in the musical taste and what we like. Our music vocabulary is huge when it comes to like a lot of music from every decade, and so I could always pick his brain about anything or talk about anything music, because we have that same love for music. And not only that, it makes it nicer that when we had that award, we were still working together as a band, but our whole bandmate at the time, Blues Side, were all Hall of Famers. They were, all of them were important people. Mike Herford and Jack LaHoo and Ron McMahon from the Budget Band. So we had a lot of history there, and we carried on. And it was good that we worked together like we do in the Band of Brothers. It's been great to have the kind of people that were actually literally handpicked. You can't, pick and choose your family members, but in this case, we feel like we did. And we did pick our people that can...
They're a great bunch of guys.
Jive with us, all good people.
Nice.
Yeah, good
and
people.
that's what's important.
Nice.
It's one thing if you can spend a lot of time with each other, right, and making all that music. It shouldn't be just business only, right? It should be
become family, the Band
And
of
it
Brothers.
is.
Basically, it is. Yeah, we
it
spend
really
a lot of
had
time
became
together.
that way.
Yeah.
So and that was the beginning of it. Really, the Hall of Fame helped this friendship go further, I think.
Nice. No, that's great. That's great when your band becomes family. No arguments.
Oh, dude, never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last time you were here, Rick, we were talking about the Born Ready video, and you guys were getting ready to go to New York for that festival. Can you give me and all our listeners a little refresh that festival in New York, what the name of it is?
Yeah, it was a Sequinquility, somewhat winter fest, really, because it's December. And the Band of Brothers were asked to go there and showcase our new music, and as well as what got us there. Some of the greatest bands that we love that made us want to play, we got to play that as well. And so we were invited to a place called Newburgh, New York, in a warehouse, which is literally called the Warehouse, but where, like who, what, where, how. That's how it's been. And great food, soul food, awesome food there. And we, so they would have like a convention, because this is kind of a YouTube podcast, prog magazine that's hosting it. And he gave me a glowing, awesome review on Living It Up, the double album, that he ranked me on number 46 of the top 50 albums of that year.
Wow.
And it was kind of cool seeing a list of all these names. So him and I became obviously friends, and I appreciated all the publicity, because I was end up getting, shipping my album all around the world, from Japan to Germany, Europe, all different. There was a lot in the U.S., And what's cool is when we went there, these people knew our songs by the time we got there. So Born Ready was now been circulating for quite a bit.
The video's great too, how you put a casting call out for everybody. Come on out. We're filming here. Yeah. You want to be in the video, come on out. So we had talked about that, and then that was a success. But obviously the Warehouse Festival, however you'd like to call it, this isn't your first time, right? That you've been there before?
No, I've been there a couple of times. Well, it was our second time. But I got to bring the band in my shoes. And the last time I was there, we had some people from Chicago and New York back me up, and I was able to showcase some song from Living It Up. But I thought, no, if I get a chance to do this, I'm bringing the band that's been working hard behind the scenes, doing everything we do down here in Southern Ontario, and playing my new song that I wanted to showcase. And they all agreed. And they learned a lot of other tunes that we threw at them, because I knew the people loved Led Zeppelin and loved the Black Sabbath and Deep Purple. So there were some songs I threw at them to learn, just to put in that show, because it would make those people happy. And it did. It brought down the house. So it was really well received, and we had so much fun getting there. I mean, like he said earlier, before we played the song, we had some things that you couldn't expect, but happens in a road trip. It's the month of December. So some places was a lot of snow. Some places nothing but rain. Some places was foggy as hell. My car van needed some fixing. We were making all these deadlines, but we were so solid in solidarity that regardless, we knew we were in it together. And it's like we're in it to win it. And nobody would let these little hiccup be a reason to be like a Debbie Downer or anything. It was very positive. And great. So that was what was cool about it. And it was truly a rock and roll trip. And we played a lot of music along the way. We laughed a lot. We learned a lot. And by the time we got there, it felt like a great trip already. Then we were there. We performed. That was a real good success because people are appreciating it. And then we were there for the next day. So we went to New York. Some of these guys never been to New York. So we went to Central Park. And of all days, we went on there with the anniversary of John Lennon. You and I are Beatle fans. So they were doing a memorial on him and people singing his songs. So we went and walked in that. And then the next day, because we were there, right? I said, well, because my van is being fixed and we had to rent a car, I'm making a negative situation into a positive situation. So I said, you know what? We haven't been, and I'm wearing the shirt today. Woodstock. Let's go to Woodstock, the original place where the Woodstock was happening. And we did, right? We did. And we love these rock history. Him and I are history buff when it comes to music. So just to walk on the very soil that Jimi Hendrix and The Who and all that legendary concert that I've been following since I was a kid. It was like an amazing thing to do. Nice. And so we took advantage of that. And I think we milked it every way opportunity we could. On our way back, we go to the United States side of Niagara Falls before we cross over. Yeah. Got to see the U.S. side. And no, we had a great time. There was a lot of first time for some of our band members. Some of us been in New York before. But it was one of those things that there was a lot that we shared for the first time together. And just to watch those experiences just grow tighter,
That's great. No, that's great. We're going to take another break here. Coming up, we're going to be talking about a very important show that Rick and the Band Brothers played at the Riverfront Plaza. And then we're going to be asking them any upcoming shows that they want to talk about for all you out there. So, all you listeners out there, don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the interview here. With the Band of Brothers. I got John Kersey and, of course, Rick LaBonte here in the studio. We've had a great time talking all about Rick's new song, the Band of Brothers' new song, THC, talking all about John and Rick's Hall of Fame induction to the Windsor Musicians Hall of Fame, which, once again, congratulations, guys. That's awesome. You guys played a very important show, the Canada Job Rally at the Riverfront Plaza. John, what was that day like for you?
Cold. It was moving. It was moving. The solidarity of everybody coming together for one cause, and it was great. Excellent.
And Rick, you're a huge guy, with Unifor. So what was this day like for you?
It was a proud moment for one to be asked to perform after knowing this was an important with the drama of the latest U.S. Relations with Canada, with the talk of the 51 state and the tariffs and all that, and everybody feeling uncertainty. People needed some kind of reassurance that their union and the community is not going to forget this scenario that we're in, and we got to feel that, that we have this sense of Canadian pride lately. And so everybody's kind of very patriotic on that. And I think just to witness that and to ask us to perform, and we played first of all, we played our own music and we played Canadian rock. Everything was all Canadian to fit the theme that we're playing. And obviously we started the show with Raise a Little Hell because basically Canadians are polite people, but if you put us into a corner, we will fight back. And in this theme, it's a Canadian band, Trooper. Writing a song about activism, really, about if you want to challenge, if you see some injustice, you got to fight back for it. And at least Raise a Little Hell. Don't make it easy for you, for them to roll over you. And I think that was the message of the day.
Yes.
And we played Born Ready. That was well received. And we played a lot of tunes that was energetic, but that fit the theme of the day. And it was challenging, to say the least, because of the temperature in terms of coldness and windy. But we were pretty pumped up that we were immune to it, but just the waiting. We were out there earlier and it was like all cement. And then we go in our green room really quickly to powwow and talk about what song we're going to approach and how we're going to go about it. We go out there and it's like over 1,000 people waiting there with flags and everything. All you see, Spencer, is all Canadian stuff, like it was a big red sea in front of you. And so that was encouraging to see that Canadian pride. And so, and the speeches that they did by the uniformed leaders were just so moving, like you said. That's the right word. They made you feel like everybody gave a damn, everybody knows what we're on the radar screen, that we can't just ignore this, that we see it coming and we're prepared to do what we got to do. And just having that as the audience that you're about to play for is a special edge, because already they're in a good mood and they're fired up. It's not like a warming up back where you have to warm it up, but they're already warmed up before we even play the chord.
Awesome. No, I'm glad it was a great day, and Canada will not stand down.
That's
for
right.
sure. You guys got any upcoming shows around Amherstburg or Windsor, Essex County for the listeners out there that you want to talk about?
Well, they could always check out some of the stuff on our Facebook or ricklabonte.com. But the big event I would like to share that we're proud to be a part of is in Seacliff Amphitheater in Leamington, called Seacliff Rocks. And it's August 23rd, Saturday, from 5 to 9 up to 10 o'clock. They're going to be a band from the Windsor Federation of Musicians, Local 566. And you're starting off with Rose City Rockers. Then we have the 519 Band, J Sharp Major, and we will be the headline, Rick LaBonte and the Band of Brothers.
Congratulations, guys.
Yeah, that could be fun. And we'll all get to show a piece of our own music and also some of our favorite Canadian artists and what else we do in between. But we're going to everybody perform a good hour of solid rock and a little variety. Every band's a little different. So we expect to meet the criteria for whoever shows up.
Awesome. Well, hopefully I can come out that day. I'll be back, so hopefully you can come out and
well,
see you guys.
Well, you're welcome
out
to come on the stage. We'll get you on there.
I don't know about that. We'll see. Might need a little liquid courage for that. Fellas, this has been great. John Kersey, everybody. John, it's a pleasure to meet you, man. Finally.
You as
other
well.
than just like, hey, I see you like our music. You're going to like this song.
Yeah.
And Rick, great to see you again. Rick LaBonte, everybody. Thank you guys so much for coming in today here on the Berg.